Canada just dropped a bombshell. IRCC's new 2025 immigration plan is changing everything, from express entry to student visas. What looked like opportunity is now turning into confusion, panic, and massive shifts in who gets to call Canada home. If you're planning to move, you need to hear this before it's too late. Welcome to Canada Insight Now, your daily source for pension and immigration updates. From CPP and OAS to PR and visa news, we bring you the latest facts that shape your future in Canada. According to the newly released plan, IRCC aims to welcome over 500,000 new permanent residents again in 2025. But this time, the focus has shifted. The government is tightening controls on certain categories while opening new pathways in others. Officials claim the move is designed to protect Canada's economy and housing market, but critics argue it's a response to growing political pressure. What's really happening behind the scenes? Let's break it down. For years, Canada has positioned itself as one of the most immigrant-friendly nations in the world. Programs like Express Entry, the Provincial Nominee Program, and family sponsorship have helped bring in skilled workers, caregivers, and families looking for a better life. But the system has also faced serious strain. Rising rents, housing shortages, and overburdened healthcare systems have made immigration a hot political topic, and the IRCC is now taking a new approach. Sources inside Ottawa say the government's 2025 plan is all about controlled growth. That means instead of increasing overall numbers dramatically, IRCC wants to reshape who gets in and why. Skilled trades and health sector professionals are now at the top of the priority list. Nurses, doctors, and construction workers are being fast-tracked through targeted express entry draws. Meanwhile, other categories like low-skilled labor and temporary visa extensions may face stricter scrutiny. One of the biggest surprises in this announcement is the government has planned to slow down international student intake. After years of record-breaking numbers, IRCC says Canada's colleges and universities need to adjust to capacity. Translation: fewer study permits, more quality checks, and tougher requirements for post-graduation work permits. This is huge because international students have long been a major part of Canada's economic and immigration strategy. Now Ottawa is saying the system needs to cool down. Critics are calling it a sudden U-turn. Many say the government is bowing to political pressure, especially after recent public anger over housing affordability. Cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Calgary have seen skyrocketing rents, and some politicians have blamed rapid immigration for the crisis. But economists say the real problem is supply, not immigration. Still, IRCC's new plan clearly aims to show voters that the government is taking control. For skilled immigrants already in the express entry pool, this means two things: opportunity and uncertainty. On one hand, more targeted draws could increase your chances if you're in high-demand sectors. On the other hand, the competition will be fierce, and lower-scoring candidates may find it even harder to get an invitation to apply. Experts say now is the time to update your profile, gain more work experience, and strengthen your language scores, because 2025 will bring stricter selection. The Provincial Nominee Programs, or PNPs, are also getting a big upgrade. Provinces will have more flexibility to design immigration streams that match their local labor needs. For example, Alberta is focusing on healthcare and agriculture, Ontario on tech and finance, and Atlantic provinces on community-based immigration. This decentralized approach could mean faster approvals, but it also creates a patchwork of rules that applicants must carefully navigate. Another key change is the emphasis on regional distribution. The IRCC has been under pressure to reduce the concentration of newcomers in big cities. Under the 2025 plan, more incentives will go to smaller cities and rural areas. Programs like the Rural and Northern Immigration Pilot and the Atlantic Immigration Program are being expanded to attract workers where they needed most. If you've ever dreamed of moving to Canada but avoiding the big city chaos, 2025 might be your best opportunity. But it's not all smooth sailing. Immigration lawyers and consultants are warning that the IRCC system is already overloaded. Application backlogs remain a major issue, with some families waiting more than 2 years for approvals. While the government promises faster digital processing, many are skeptical. The last few years have shown that every new policy tends to add more complexity, not less. What's also raising eyebrows is the government's language around temporary residence. The IRCC wants to review the role of temporary foreign workers, international students, and visitors who later apply for PR. Ottawa says it needs a better balance between temporary and permanent streams. In simple terms, that could mean fewer automatic pathways to permanent residency, something that may frustrate thousands of people currently studying or working in Canada. Behind the scenes, analysts believe this plan is also about politics. With federal elections not too far away, immigration has become a major flashpoint. The opposition has accused the government of losing control, and this new plan could be an attempt to regain voter confidence. By highlighting economic priorities and responsible planning, the government hopes to reassure Canadians who feel overwhelmed by the rapid population growth. For newcomers and applicants abroad, the message is clear. The door to Canada is still open, but the rules are changing. The focus is shifting from quantity to quality, from how many come to who comes. This means applicants with stronger skills, work experience in high-demand fields, and proven adaptability will have the edge. If you're planning to apply, staying updated with IRCC announcements and provincial draws will be more important than ever. Experts are advising potential immigrants to act strategically. For example, if you're in healthcare, construction, or tech, your chances in 2025 are higher than ever. But if you're relying on lower-skilled work experience or student pathways, you might want to look at provincial programs or explore alternative options like rural pilot programs. The immigration landscape is evolving, and flexibility will be key. Public reaction so far is mixed. Some Canadians welcome the changes, saying it's time for a more controlled approach to immigration. Others fear the system is becoming too restrictive and bureaucratic. Immigrant advocacy groups warn that too many sudden policy shifts could discourage talented people from choosing Canada. The debate is just beginning, and the outcome could shape the country's demographic future for decades. In the end, one thing is certain: 2025 will mark a turning point for Canada's immigration story. The IRCC's Bombshell announcement has set the stage for big transformations, some exciting, some uncertain. For many hopefuls around the world, Canada still represents opportunity, stability, and a new beginning. But now, more than ever, understanding the new rules could make the difference between success and disappointment. You've been watching Canada Insight Now, Canada's trusted voice for pension and immigration news. Subscribe now and stay informed, because your Canadian journey starts here.